We begin in the UK, where the Labour Party has won the general election, ending 14 years of Conservative rule. With counting still underway, Labour is predicted to win a majority of 410 seats in the House of Commons, as the Conservative Party saw their vote collapse across the country. It means Labour leader Keir Starmer will be the next Prime Minister. In a victory speech in London, Starmer said this will be a time of national renewal in Britain and promised to fix public services in the country. Oliver Whitfield-Murchich has the story.
It's been arguably one of the UK's most important elections in decades. The Labour Party had entered as heavy favourites, having outdone the Conservatives in every major opinion poll of 2024. And after 14 consecutive years of Conservative rule, the people have said enough is enough.
The exit poll is just amazing. I mean, 14 years of Tory chaos and we are finally out of it, and we are out of it with a huge bang. I mean, 410 seats for Labour is just amazing. This is probably the highest result they've ever had. So this is really, really good.
Labour is projected to win 410 seats, with its Conservative rivals trailing way behind at 131. It's a major change from the 2019 election, with the Tories losing representation by almost 65%. Labour says this is the change that people want.
They have chosen Labour, and they have chosen the leadership of Keir Starmer. Today our country, with its proud history, has chosen a brighter future. The British people have decided that they believe, as Labour believes, that our best days lie ahead of us.
But perhaps the bigger surprise is the projected rise of Nigel Farage's Reform UK, a reincarnation of his previous Brexit party. His policies centre on nationalist ideologies and is often accused of racism. In 2019, Farage won around 2% of the vote, but failed to gain a seat. This time round, exit polls say his party will get 13 seats.
I guess I was shocked that Reform looked like they're getting so many. I feel like that's really dangerous.
British exit polls are renowned for their accuracy. 5 of the last 6 all but foretold the official results, but some voters have their doubts.
I am not convinced that the exit polls are entirely accurate. I don't believe that Reform got 13 seats. I think that's way above what they could get. Okay, and likewise, I think the Conservatives probably fewer than 130, closer to 100. Labour probably up, closer to 430.
By afternoon time here in London, there will be a new Prime Minister in 10 Downing Street. Rishi Sunak will go to Buckingham Palace just before lunch to hand in his resignation. Then it will be the turn of Sir Keir Starmer to meet the King, where he'll be invited to form the next government. Vote counting is still underway across most constituencies in the UK, and official results are expected early on Friday. Oliver Whitfield-Murchich, TRT World, Downing Street.
And Oliver Whitfield-Murchich is there in Downing Street for us now, which will have a new resident later. Oliver, now the political landscape of the country has changed dramatically. What kind of a leader is Keir Starmer expected to be?
Well, Keir Starmer has marketed himself as a leader of change. He's going to change the way that the country is governed to bring integrity back, is what he says, and that's certainly the campaign method that he has been using. He said earlier on in his victory speech that with this mandate came great responsibility, and that he was going to put the country first and not the party first. That's one of the major criticisms that he has had of not only Rishi Sunak but also Liz Truss and predecessors who have occupied number 10 under the banner of the Conservative Party. Now, he's also someone who wants to bring in quite a bit of change when it comes to the way that the country is governed, the way that services are delivered. The health service he wants to reform. He wants to make sure that law and order is brought back as a top priority, building infrastructure. But all of this is going to cost money, and it's still not clear exactly where that money is going to come from. Which taxes will he have to raise? He has mentioned some taxes that he won't raise, but it's still not entirely clear exactly where all of this cash, where the fiscal headroom is going to come from. Now, the building behind me is number 11 Downing Street. Jeremy Hunt, the old Chancellor, was going in there earlier on this morning, we imagine, to pack up some belongings and then head out before Rachel Reeves takes his place. But really, the economic situation in the UK, yes, the Conservatives have managed to get inflation to below 2%, which was the stated goal, but a flatlining economy at the moment, and it's going to take more than lofty words to get that turned round.